files. Stone nodded in agreement.
Yes, because if word gets out that anything got leaked to the opposing counsel, we'll need to hire that damn PR firm to help with our image.
Since the age of social media, most cases were tried before they ever made it to court, which was why they routinely used a PR firm to help sway the public the way they wanted them swayed. To their side, of course. Ronan chuckled.
Like there's any helping our image.
They were known for being ruthless, in the courtroom and the bedroom. They all had a reputation for winning, by whatever means necessary. But in Simon's opinion, that was a cause for pride, not damage control.
We're fine, guys, Simon assured his partners. I got this.
He gestured at the women around them.
Now, let's get one of them. Just one? Ronan asked with a grin as he watched a blonde walk past him, tossing her long curly mane over her shoulder.
Before heading after her, he slapped Trevor on the back.
Want me to see if she has a friend for you? Si's right. You need to relieve some stress after winning that case.
Trevor glanced across the room at a redhead.
I don't need your help.
He blew out a ragged breath.
But I do need to relieve some stress.
Stone bumped Simon's shoulder with his.
Looks like Si here could use some help.
Ronan snorted.
Si needs no one's help when it comes to women. He's the worst womanizer of the four of us.
Simon didn't know whether that was a compliment or insult. Coming from the notorious divorce lawyer, it was probably a compliment. But before he could ask, Ronan hurried after the blonde who'd paused in the doorway, waiting for him to follow her.
You know, I haven't seen you with anyone for a while, Stone said to him.
Simon shrugged. I've been busy. Setting up trusts, drawing up contracts, setting his trap. But he was worried those were just excuses, not the real reasons. He glanced around the bar and recognized some of the models from the billboards in Times Square and some of the actresses from plays. But nobody had his pulse quickening. He knew he could bring any one of them home with him, or, as Ronan suggested, 2. And maybe that was it. There was no challenge, no thrill of the hunt, just easy prey. Like the redhead waving at Trevor from across the bar.
Go,
Simon urged him.
Yeah, Stone agreed. She's a hell of a lot prettier to celebrate your victory with than we are.
Speak for yourself, Simon said, feigning offence. With his thick blonde hair and bright blue eyes, he'd been told he was better looking than the hottest male movie stars, which was why he knew he could get anybody in the place to go home with him, even if he was still the broke runaway he'd once been. Stone laughed, then said,
I may need to have you sit at the table with me for some of my upcoming trial, to sway the jurors, like you did for Trev.
Hey, guys, you're going to have to start working out, so you can be your own jury eye candy, Simon said, his lips tugging up into a teasing grin. I've got work of my own to do. So damn much money to manage. Now it wasn't just his clients, but theirs, too. That probably mattered more to Simon than it did the others, but they hadn't grown up like he had, when the only money he'd known had always really belonged to other people.
Hey, we sway most of the women jurors ourselves,
Trevor stated with pride, and a trace of defensiveness.
We just need you to sway the ones who like pretty boys.
Simon suppressed a laugh of amusement. He didn't want Trevor to know how funny he was, so he acted offended and replied,
Fuck you.
Trevor shook his head.
Sorry, man, you're not my type. Now, that redhead...
He sauntered off toward the woman. Stone peered around the bar.
I better find someone, too, or I might wind up going home with you.
You wouldn't get so lucky, Simon said as Stone headed off. Simon glanced around the bar now, too. It wasn't that he didn't want to be the only one going home alone. Or it wasn't just that. He needed a diversion. Something to get his mind off the mole in their office. He couldn't have been conned into hiring someone who would betray them. No, like Ronan said, there was no...